everyone. Welcome to a live. I know that it is pretty spur of the moment here. Didn't really give any notice, but I thought I would go on live because I don't have time to render a video down today because I was just at my friend's bakery helping her out. So I am running super behind. I have 2 cakes that are due for tomorrow. I don't really do orders for those of you that have watched me before, but I am trying to get this done for a friend, and it has to be done by tomorrow. So I am going to I'm going to do my best here. It's pretty late where I am. It is 10:30, so I am just going to try and get this done as quickly as possible. Hope you all are having a wonderful day today or evening, whatever time it is. I hope you are having a wonderful time. Hi, Renee. Hi, Mariko. Hi, the rabbit hole. So, going for efficiency here. So I'm just going to start by leveling out my cakes. And I'm definitely going to need an apron. Yeah, I just left my commercial, not my commercial, my friend's commercial storefront like 45 minutes ago. And now I'm doing more cake. And I have 2 6-inches here. They're quite tall. And you'll notice I'm not leveling out the top. I want to keep that height. Vancouver Island, it's late for you too then. Shout out to all my Vancouver Islanders. I actually want to go away to the Sunshine Coast this summer, but everything is so booked up. By the way, this is like not a good knife at all to use for this. You want to go with something that is serrated and larger. But I have a lot of dishes piled up. All right. And since these cakes, I think I can actually get an extra out of this. We'll see how we're doing on height. Well, yeah, I know. I think like everybody is just wanting to vacation, and I don't blame them. And especially since we can still only vacation local. So I get it. All right, let's start filling this. I know people are going to be sad that they missed my live, but I really gave no warning for this one at all, so you can always watch it later. And I am using American today, which is very unlike me. That's what I'm doing. Definitely, we all need to get away. I fully agree with that one. quite tall, so I'm just going to leave it at the 3. Now my friend talks about how she can do this with no crumb coat at all, but I think I need to do a crumb coat on this. She is a wizard with buttercream, though, I will say. All right. Hello, New Jersey. Nice to see you. Would you ever use cream cheese frosting? If you've watched my channel, you guys know how I feel about cream cheese, but I totally would. Like if one of my friends requested it, I totally would. Sorry, I'm not as talkative right now. I am just, I needed to go live because I really need to get this done, and I think it's like nice kind of, right, to work with somebody else, even though you guys aren't here with me physically. But I'm sure you've all been there if you've ever made cakes. Okay, one crumb coated. Let's get the next one crumb coated. Hi, Sean. All right, let's get this next one crumb coated. What time is it over in Florida? When you're doing this part, you really want to make sure you keep it flat and you just swoop off. When I was teaching my daughter this part, she was kind of digging in. So definitely you want to make sure that you just lay it flat and then spin it around. $1:35 a.m. Wow. I'm making an ice cream cone melting drip cake this weekend for my niece. Well, I'm basically going to be doing exactly what you need to do minus the ice cream cone part. And I'm going to show you guys how I get my drip the way that I personally like my drip. Sorry guys, just getting this crumb coat done here. 12:36 in Mississippi. We got some night owls here, which I'm very grateful for because then I'd be by myself if we didn't. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. Truly, truly appreciate it. Just gonna more evenly distribute this. Your friend's a fan. Shout out to your friend. Okay, so when I swipe this forward, I really want to try and not get that little weird rounded edge. You can also wait and slice this off. I'm just being impatient. Now this is American buttercream. So it does crust up a lot faster than the Italian that I normally use. But this buttercream was made from scratch. Just gonna wash my hands, guys. I'm currently cleaning up from making some fondant pieces. Ugh, I feel ya. Cleaning up as I go here, and I've got some leftover cake, so I'm gonna wrap that up. A lot of you guys ask me about freezing cakes and things like that. It's totally fine to freeze your cakes and use it for later. So I'm gonna wrap these up. Hi, Hannah. So nice to have you here. I've never been to Oregon before. There's a lot of places I haven't been to. There's a lot of places I've been to, but a lot of that I haven't. Hi, Madison. Oh, I did not cover that. That is not well covered. You guys can tell I'm tired. So usually while I'm waiting for things to set in the fridge, I do this kind of stuff. Clean up, do things in between to make my life easier later. I'm just gonna pop those right into the freezer. What time is it where you live? I'm so happy I always see you. It's 1:40 a.m. in New Jersey. Also, how do you feel about simple syrup on cakes? I put simple syrup on cakes all the time. And here, it's actually not as late. It's only 10:40, but I feel like it's 12. I did teach a full day of school today, and it was the last day of school. So it was a lot of high energy, and then my friend had a cake emergency. She's like so many orders that she has going on right now at her shop. I think we filled like 45 cakes. So I went and did that all on the spur of the moment, which I normally would just rest and be at home. But yeah, I had like all these things going on, and it's incredibly hot here right now. We're going through a bit of a heat wave, so I think that too has like zapped some of my energy. No worries, Veronica. What type of fillings do you think would, oh, carrot cake? Even though I'm not a cream cheese fan, I do think that that goes well with the cream cheese frosting. Or a white chocolate ganache or something like that would be delish. Hi there, Florentina. Okay. Let's see, I'm gonna get my chocolate drip ready. So I've got all these really great chocolate things. I've got these like chocolate curls, I've got these chocolate chips I'm gonna put on there, chocolate espresso beans, Cadbury milk chocolate. I don't know if this is something you guys have in the States, but definitely the UK, I think. But this Cadbury is really popular here too. And I've got some Ferreros. You guys know I need that gold element or else I just can't make a cake, right? All right, I'm just gonna grab some chocolate. I gotta show you this, guys, too. This bowl is like ginormous and it's filled with cake scraps specifically so that I can make cake pops and do cake fills with it. And I have another bowl. Like, this is huge, huge diameter. Just get some chocolate. Just getting some chocolate here, guys. Sorry. Love from PH. What's PH? Oh, Ferrero Rochers are like one of my favorites. Sorry guys, I'm trying to find a bowl here. Hi Holly. Hi guys. Okay, so I've got my chocolate. Now I have chocolate flakes. It's just because that's what I buy in bulk. So that's what I'm gonna go with. And this is actually really nice dark chocolate. I'm gonna heat it up in really short spurts. You don't wanna go more than 30 seconds or else it's gonna start to be sad. Okay, let's fill this. Love watching your channel. I've learned so much. Oh, it's the Philippines. Amazing. And I'm so glad you've learned so much. Honestly, that's a lot of people ask me, why did you stop doing orders? And honestly, this is why. I just love the teaching element, and I'm so glad you guys are learning. The nice thing too about melting chocolate flakes is just opposed to chips or other chunks is that your chocolate flake is going to tend to melt a lot more easily and you're going to avoid scorching your chocolate. Okay. Have you tried making whipped cream frosting? Whipped cream frosting, like whipped cream, you mean? Like stabilized whipped cream? Oh yes, I make stabilized whipped cream a lot. Now here where I live, the heat isn't too bad and I have air conditioning. So I find I don't need much of a stabilizer, but adding in a little bit of gelatin will really help you, or adding in like an actual, we have something here called whipped cream stabilizer, which you just add it directly in and it just stabilizes everything for you. Where do you get your flakes from? Where can I order chocolate flakes? I really like Guitar Chocolate. That's a great brand. Do you have your own shop? No, my friend owns her own shop. And watching her makes me feel like I don't think I'll ever open a shop. No, it's wonderful. Like, she's doing so well. I just love the teaching part. I'm not so big on the on doing a lot of that business anymore, though I did it for a while. Just getting some things here. I just put a closed star tip on my piping bag in case I want to do some piping. All right. Let's check out these flakes. These bowls are from IKEA, and the heat on the outside is always so horrendously hot, but the inside is never as. But it's okay. Sometimes, and again, this is why I like the use of chocolate flakes. If you just keep stirring it around a little bit, that residual heat that is maintained from the bowl will help you. So I have this drip cake that needs to get done, and then I have a beach cake that needs to get done. But I'm just going to show you guys how to do the drip cake, and then I will make a more formalized video all about that beach cake. Let me know, guys, did you watch my most recent video where I filmed in 4K for the first time? It was so much more clear. Maybe I'm the only one that cares about that though. What buttercream are you using right now? I'm using American buttercream, and this is a homemade American buttercream. It's just icing sugar, water, and butter, of course. So we've almost got a crust that's formed on here. Not quite, but we're almost there. But I am in a hurry, so I'm going to crumb coat that. No, I already crumb coated it. I'm going to cover it. You can tell I'm tired because I'm saying stuff. It doesn't make sense. All right, here we go. So I always like to hold down my spatula, get rid of all of that yucky stuff as much as possible. I love how you bake. You've inspired me so much. That is so sweet. I'm watching from Australia. Awesome. How do you price desserts? I sell gelatin desserts. Ooh, those are cool. Pricing is like such a complicated venture. But it really begins with your knowledge, with a basic knowledge of how other people in your area price. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Don't base your whole way of pricing on that, but definitely use that as a starting place. And you can tell, like, the bakers that have a lot more experience, that clearly their work is more coveted, you know, they do charge more. And you need to charge your worth so that you can do the best work possible. do better work, you're going to be able to charge better pricing. You're going to be able to do so much more. I could go on forever about that. But in long and short, that's the short of it. But I do have lots of videos on that.
Need me to crack an egg with one hand?
No. My husband is really excited to show you guys how you can crack it.
I'm just gonna ask you every time until you let me do it. Then I'm gonna blow it, I'm sure.
From Trinidad. What time is it in Canada? Well, in British Columbia, it is 3. Torch time. Here we go. Torch, for sure, by far is way easier. The water, you gotta dry it off, you gotta wait till your water gets hot, which mine takes 7 years. So definitely the torch. Alright, I'm gonna go mini chocolate chips. Or do I want just gonna clean off my board there for a second. Sorry guys if I'm not responding to comments right away. I'm in the zone. My hat's off to those people that can just like stream and be live for like hours and hours. I find that very impressive. I guess it's mostly a gamer thing though. I think I might do my drip first. Yeah, I'm gonna do my drip first. So I'm gonna pop that in the fridge just for a little bit. Now I just like to pop that in the fridge just a little bit because I find if it's too, especially after I've torched it, if it's too hot, it can start sliding around. So I just want to make sure that it's gonna set. Okay, to this, I'm gonna add a flavorless oil. Vegetable, canola, anything that's flavorless. Some people like to use palm oil. If you've ever had a chunky drip before, it's because of this reason. You didn't add enough oil to it, or you can actually thin this out too if you want to do more like a ganache drip with whipping cream. This is going to give it more of a, what's it called? This is going to give it more kind of like a shell on your cake. What I'm looking for is that when I look at the back of my spoon, I can make it all go flat. And yeah, it's doing it. My friend likes it even drippier. I think that's good. What do you do with all the excess buttercream if you're not making another cake in the near future? Can I use oil with regular chocolate chips? Sorry, I'm gonna go back a little bit. I'm gonna answer these questions in order, guys. Sorry. Okay. Wow, you're the first person I saw use a torch. Normally I see people use water. Yes. Torch. Yes. I get paranoid about my edges. Yes. Hi. To start upselling cake from home, what should I need and how can I do that? I have so many videos on how you can start up your business, so definitely go and check those out. Can I use oil with regular chocolate chips? Of course. What do you do with the excess buttercream? So if I am using excess buttercream, if I'm not using excess buttercream, I will freeze it, but I make cakes on such a regular basis that doesn't even happen anymore. Is shortening a good option too? Shortening is actually going to thicken up your stuff, so I would definitely go with oil. Same with butter too. If you add that, it's just going to thicken everything up. All right, we're going to use a piping bag this time. You are very welcome. I'm excited for the summertime. I want to get back into running. And I used to be a figure skater. I figure skated for like 14 years. And I was just getting back into it before everything happened. And so I'm very, very excited to start doing that this summer. All right. Anytime I do chocolate, I always need my little buddy here, a cup. And there are so many different ways and techniques to do this. I'm just doing it one way, but I see a lot of people doing it the way where you like hold this in place and you put your chocolate down and then you spin it and then it just kind of drips naturally. I like to have my drip a little bit more controlled. So we are definitely going to control that. All right, now that is not completely set the way I normally have things set, but when you are in a rush, my friends, you do what works for you. Okay. Okay. I'm going to cut the tiniest hole. Might end up cutting a bit more. I'm going to cut the hole a little bigger. Obviously, the longer you want the drip, the longer you want to hold it there. And if you want less of a teardrop on the bottom, you want to go even thinner. Make sure your chocolate doesn't come out the other end. Keep it nice and twisted. Now the chocolate drip really depends too on how cold your cake is. It will set faster the colder your cake is. So be careful with that. And I want to make sure that my little seam is covered up. So I'm going to make sure that I put a lot on this seam here and make it drip pretty far down. Takes patience. I know reels and time lapses make it look like this portion is so quick. Ooh, but it does take time. It does take patience. And I want to bring that even further in. You do want to work kind of quickly with this. And you don't want to disturb the drip that you've already created. So really try to swoop in. And again, that oil gives you the time. Not having your cake fully set also gives you the time. Just going to even this out just a little bit. Don't disturb those edges. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm not worrying too much about the top because I'm going to add on a bunch of stuff here. Firstly, so I think I want it kind of cascading down. Got to choose my best side here. I'm always looking for the shape, I'm looking for the drip and what that looks like. Looks good. Really want to create some movement with this. So I'm going to go for the sideways. Who has been your biggest supporter? I think I gotta go with my husband on that one. He has been absolutely fantastic. Like, he's there for me when I wanted to get the new camera. He's like down to go get the new camera, and like he watches the kids, and you know, it takes. Everyone always asks me, how do you do it? How do you upload every day? And honestly, without him, I really could not. It is a very family affair when you do a lot of things like this. And then I think my friend too that owns the bakery, she watches like every single one of my videos. And that's a lot of dedication. Like, I have other friends that are YouTubers. Check out Embers and Ash if you're into minimalism and like vlogging channels and stuff like that. She's a really, really good friend of mine. And I watch her videos, but to watch every single one I think is just such dedication. These are some chocolate covered coffee beans. Yum. Yes, definitely huge kudos to him. He supported me through my education degree. He supported me through my arts degree. Like, he's fabulous. I hope you all have that fabulous person in your life too, whoever that may be. I think I'm gonna go for a small border, maybe on the bottom here. Okay, I'm actually going to go for some swoops, I think. I'm so indecisive right now. Let's see. Just going to add on some. Maybe some rosettes here.
Thanks for the shout out, babe. That's pretty nice. Do you want me to crack an egg with one hand?
No.
That's a pretty nice controlled drip you have there.
Thanks, babe.
It almost looks too perfect.
So I'm adding on this buttercream here so that I can really have, I can give myself a little bit more height.
Having one of these. Oh, that's so good.
What tip is that? This tip is just a closed star tip, a one end tip. Okay, let's open up this dairy milk here. Yum! Oh, delicious. Whenever I make cakes like these, I'm just like, it's gonna take everything in my power not to eat this. Okay, so I'm gonna place that one there. Where is my other one? There it is. All about creating levels with a cake like this. Hi from London, not long up though, so I've missed most of it. Have a great day. The cake looks amazing. Thank you so much. Do you have any tips for making frosting a vibrant color? Yes, heat it. Heat it up just a little bit and it'll get vibrant. Or use fondant because fondant fixes everything. Hi, I literally just finished doing blue cheetah print cake pops. Oh, that must have been a lot of work. Your cakes look fabulous. Do you normally do a lot of nighttime baking and decorating? Yeah, because my kids are, they're great. They're very, very independent, and I'm very, very lucky. However, I still want to spend time with them, of course. So, occasionally that will happen. Where I'll do a lot of kind of nighttime stuff. I really like how the dark chocolate is contrasting with the milk. Looks really nice. Yeah, guys, my settings are really high, so if you're promoting your channel through my chat, it unfortunately won't show up. I am all for giving channels shoutouts and stuff, but you have to wait for specified times for that. Just letting you guys know. And I definitely want to start a Patreon where I can start giving you guys advice like specific to what you're looking for. Just because YouTube isn't the easiest platform for me to give you a lot of advice that's specified. I want more chocolates. Let's do more. I'm a chocolate themed. And it's funny because I'm not like big into sweets, but when I get a craving, I like need to have one. But I'm very good about saying just yes to like one or two little treats. But hand me a plate of French fries and it's over. Any tips on buttercream with fondant toppings? If it's warm, can I store in the fridge? Oh yeah. I know people get upset with me all the time for saying to put my fondant cakes in the fridge, but I do it all the time. I have a low humidity fridge, and I just make sure not to decorate cakes that are frozen, because that's what's going to cause your sweating. But yeah, I'm going to unwrap these lints. Shout out if you love lint as much as I do. Lints are fantastic. They're just so delicious. And you guys saw how easily this just comes together for you. This is such a great everyday kind of cake. You know what I mean? Anybody will enjoy it, love it. Let's do a few more of these coffee beans here. What's your favorite kind of cake? Sorry guys, I'm missing so many questions here. I've been having issues pricing items out. Any tips? Okay, when you, this is exactly why I need to do Patreon. But I really highly suggest if you're having issues with your pricing, for me an issue would be because I feel that I'm not pricing high enough, which is generally our issues, I feel. And in that instance, I would definitely make sure that you just raise your prices little by little when you're doing stuff like that. What do you guys think? Is that good enough? You're probably thinking, Ashleigh, there's not enough gold. And you're completely right. I gotta add some gold. Some more. I know nobody said that, but that's what I'm thinking. What's your favorite cake to make and decorate? Ooh, so hard to say. I go through such phases with my cakes. I love Under the Sea though. I love mermaid cakes, things with shells. I'm doing a huge Finding Nemo cake for my son. Do you like using the gold spray or do you prefer luster dust? I prefer luster dust. If I'm trying, it depends what I'm doing. If I'm trying to get an all over sheen, then gold spray is great because you're going to get that all over sheen. But if I'm trying to do something else, then if I want, let's say I wanted to make that lint all gold, I would definitely go for the luster dust. The key to a great chocolate explosion cake is having a lot of different things going on. Deliver to London. I would love to just go to London. Never been. That's one of the places. It's so far from where I live, but I would love to go. I just think that'd be fantastic. Yeah, note to self, definitely, you should be sprinkling before you put everything on, but here I am. Not the best choices. I asked this on my Instagram the other day, but what made you guys subscribe to my channel? Which video made you subscribe? Can you do a house tour? Definitely one day I will. It's a really, really beautiful house. But as you know, when you have children, it's not as beautiful as it could be. Okay, let's get that gold flake on. Would you recommend getting a large set of food coloring or just getting the basics and mixing them, and how many colors? So, if you asked me this question about food coloring, like, I don't know, 2 years ago, I would have said, just get the basics and mix them. Honestly, I say get as many different shades and types as you can, because to nail those colors is just so time consuming. Like, if people ask you for a teal, but more of like a seafoam green, and it's just, it gets to that point where sometimes you just can't nail. For example, you can't nail fuchsia either. You just can't, unless you get the fuchsia color. You can get it close, but it's just never going to be the same. Putting my gold on my buttercream. Thank you so much, by the way, for joining me. This is wonderful. It can get so lonely decorating by yourself. I'm sure you guys can relate. Honestly, through 2020, it was almost like my sweetie fam was like the only friends that I had. I'm sure I'm not alone in that boat. You can see I'm finessing in this really gently. I like to do it this way because when I use tweezers, I find the roundiness of the chopsticks really helps because it doesn't stab into the gold and pick up the gold, whereas my tweezers always pick up everything. So I can gently tap things in. The tips on selling cupcake boxes was suggested for me, and then I was hooked. Oh, great. That one's a pretty new one, too. There we go, guys. I'm loving it. And this came together so fast. You guys saw it. How much would you price this cake for? I think This cake, it's pretty big actually. This is a 6-inch. I've been doing a lot of 4 inches on my channel, but like I mentioned, 4-inch and 6-inch really doesn't differ that much for me in price because it's pretty much the same amount of work. I think for this one, I would charge about $95 for this because you got to get all of that chocolate, and chocolate is expensive. We've got a lot of different chocolates. We also have a lot of buttercream work as well. You got your drip going on and all of my gold flake too. You should definitely go live more often. You know what? This summer, now that I'm done school and, you know, school is out for the summer pretty much. Tomorrow is my very last day just to make sure that everything is in working order. But all the kids, today was our last day. So I will be going live a lot more often. I'm going to give you guys a close-up view of this. And I will showcase this in my next video too, so you guys can get nicer shots of this. I will say you can see how the American buttercream does really well at getting that really smooth finish. And I will shoot some shots of this in 4K so you guys can see it a little bit more clearly. Let's read some of those comments. Can you recommend buttercream that is eggless, not too sweet and smooth? American buttercream is eggless, and it's just butter and icing sugar and water. We have a lot of Indian clientele here too, so we are very used to making like eggless things and eggless buttercreams and all that. So glad that you guys came and joined me for this. It was really fun actually. And you know what? We got this cake done in an hour, and I even crumb coated a whole other cake and I was cleaning in between. So it was a very, very nice, quick, fun cake tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I am off to bed now, and I will see you in the next live, and I will see you for the next video, which will be uploaded tomorrow. I'll answer this one last question. Which buttercream is better for shipping? The best one for shipping, I would definitely say an American buttercream is going to be your best bet because all that butter can solidify. But it's really tricky to ship cakes. I don't know how far you're planning on shipping your cake. I will say American buttercream is very sweet. You can also do ganaches. Ganaches are great too, and there's no eggs in that. Sorry, Alex. You can catch me on the next one. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can be part of the Sweetie fam. Right now, I'm uploading weekly, but we all know that's daily. And I love hearing from you guys. Bye.